Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
You the bomb.
You're done with this shit, right?
I am. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for
You're
the
so
visit.
nice.
Later, buttheads.
Later.
Bye.
Okay, well, I pretty much know everything just from the little bits and pieces the boys kept telling me.
Of course. But I want to hug you.
Yeah, oh my God.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. How are you feeling?
Better.
Yeah? Good.
I was really nervous earlier, and I was like, Neda, what do I do?
And I wanted to talk to you. And I'm like, fuck it, whatever. The boys will figure it out. Like,
I was so frustrated because, like, I didn't want you to leave, but then I was
Yeah.
like, this is my only time to talk to Kenny.
Yeah,
This is my only
that's
time
fine.
to talk to Allison. And I'm like,
that's fine, because I know that, like, we can talk whenever. That's not, like, a big deal at all. So, like, when they come to you, that's fine that, like, you get to talk to them. Yeah. It's not a big
plus, I
deal.
wanted to be able to talk to you about whatever they say.
Yeah.
And I was like, then we'd have to just talk over and over
Yeah.
and over again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
Okay.
honestly not a big.
Okay, so what do you know so far?
I think I pretty much know
Everything?
everything.
I think so.
I know Kenny came in here through fucking John and Adel under the bus again.
Oh, yeah.
But we think that when Sarah leaves, what Kenny's gonna do if he wins next week is just out of vindictive, like, anger, put up me and John, try to separate us. So at least we know, we're, like, kind of prepared for that.
Yeah.
But and then Sarah's going up, Arlie's on board. He's gonna blame Rochelle, right?
Yeah.
And then Arlie, because I was kind of like, I was trying to just like, oh my God, Allison just seems so sad. So I was just trying to calm her down. I'm like, listen, I really don't think you're going home. Like, it's okay. And she's like, I don't get, what do you mean? I'm like, I just don't think you're going home. I don't know. Like, I'm trying like to not say anything. So I guess like Arlie told her that he's gonna be the swing vote. He's gonna like, whatever.
Yeah. And that he wants to work with Allison and me.
Yeah.
So, like, as far as I know, he didn't talk about the rest of the group.
Yeah.
But he said that there might be, him and I said that there might be other people that we would want to work with.
Yeah.
And that want to work with us.
Did you talk to her separately or together with Arlie?
I talked to her separately.
Yeah.
Arlie was in here and she came in, and
Yeah.
Arlie's like, I did tell her that we talked, and then Arlie left.
Okay.
And then I talked to Allison.
Yeah.
I think that's how it went.
I don't know.
Either way, I talked to Arlie and then I talked to Allison. And then I didn't mention you, Adele, or John.
I have a feeling like she knows about me.
She does.
Yeah.
But she's...
And I don't
didn't flat out
mind.
say it, though.
Yeah, I don't mind because I do like Allison. So, like, I wouldn't mind. But, yeah, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, because I don't really know where you are with the whole Allison thing. Because I know that...
Up until maybe, like, a day ago, I would have preferred Allison to leave. But now, I'm like, obviously I wouldn't want to bring her into the core group because, like, you know, it's just, like, too much now. It's, like, half the house. Yeah, more than half the house if you bring her in. But, like, she could be, like, a really good advantage to us for next week. So, yeah, for sure, like, keeping her close would be amazing.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, would she put up Kenny?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, good.
Which is why I really wanted, like, obviously, our core alliance is our core alliance.
Yeah.
And anyone else who comes in
Is just there for numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Which sucks, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I meant what you and I had said before about going very far together.
Yes,
So,
100%
like,
agree.
No matter what happens or who we have to get close to, like you and Rochelle or me.
Yeah.
And
We know that that's not like a...
yeah. And that's important.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's basically all I told her, and that she doesn't need to be scared or anything like that, and everybody wants her to stay.
Yeah.
I did tell her the truth about Mumsy.
Which is that Sarah's going up?
Sarah's going up.
Okay, that's good, yeah.
And I was like, so I guess this will be the first thing that I tell you that nobody else knows, and we'll see if it gets out to the rest of the house.
Yeah, that's good, actually. Yeah.
So she's like, I swear I'll give you a secret. She was so fucking happy.
Yeah.
And so everything else you already know about Allison. Kenny did throw John and Adele.
I don't get it. Is he stupid?
Yes,
he
he's
knows.
an idiot.
He knows, like, we're all working together. Like,
We
he
hang
knows.
out. Yeah.
The fact, like, Sarah was talking to me before, and she's like, pretty much asking, she's like, why would you guys put up, like, Allison? Doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, you know Heather's HOH, right? Like, so they know, like, we're, like, working together. So I don't get why he would come up here and be like, I get that he's trying to be like, okay, Heather, you're not my target, but then why would he point at your alliance members as a target?
Well, him and, like, the whole fucking other side did that.
Yeah, they're dumb.
And sitting there like, are you fucking for real?
They're
Like,
trying to just throw like John under bus, I guess, and just be like.
well, even
yeah.
Allison didn't think that all of us were working together.
Yeah.
She only thought that some of us were working
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, see, that's what I keep telling Adele, and Adele's the one who keeps up.
The house really isn't that smart.
Yeah.
And then Kenny had lied to me a whole bunch about like things that John and Adele supposedly did and
Like
lied
what?
about. Just that. He would be like, well, Adele hasn't really pulled his own in this game, and he was mean to everybody, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there taking this while, like,
Yeah.
my friend is getting bashed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? Like, and he's like, what do you think about putting John up? And I was like, okay, honestly, there
Fuck
are
you.
a few people in this house that I swore up and down
Yeah.
times 100 that I would never put up
Yeah.
this week, and I want to stay true to that. And
Good.
he's like, okay, well, I respect that. And I was
Yeah.
like, John was one of them.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, what about Adele? I'm like, Adele was the other one. So who else do you got for me? And he's like, well, those are my two biggest ones.
Yeah.
And I want to work with you, and I'd keep you safe for as long as I can. And
How's
I know
he
I
gonna
have
keep you
numbers.
safe? And he knows he has numbers.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm going to fight very hard for this HOH.
Yeah.
And if I get it, like, you're not my target, but I will be putting John and Adele up no matter what, because those are two people that I want home. And, like, I'm not going to hold this against you, and I respect you for your decision, but please, at the end of the day, just don't put up Mumsy, because she's my one person in this house.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have one person in this house. And I'm like,
Okay, so here, I'll do you a favor and won't put up your biggest ally even though I wanted you gone.
right?
He's so stupid. He's so stupid. Like, I thought he was a really smart guy.
I thought so too.
No.
Like, apparently he can spell
No.
a word better, but doesn't know about alliances.
Nope.
And I was
Oh,
like,
God.
okay. And I was like, I'll keep it under consideration, but I'm not saying anything to anyone tonight.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, thank you very much. Like, I hope this works in our favor because I'd love to work with you. And that also was a load of fucking
Yeah,
shit.
bullshit.
He hates me.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I really like you being here. I think you're really funny and you do really cute things. And I'm like thinking in my head, no, you don't. You hate that. But, so there was Kenny, then Allison, Arlie, you know about, John, you know about, Adele.
You told Sarah that it's between her and Alice, and her and Rochelle?
Sarah. Sarah's one person I really respected when she came to talk to me.
Yeah.
She came and sat me down and she's like, I haven't talked game to you this week.
Yeah.
And it's because you and I never really talk game to begin with.
Yeah.
And if it's one thing in this game that I'm not going to be fake.
Yeah.
So I talked to you just as much as I normally would. And I was just as nice to you as I
That's
normally
good.
would be. And yes, it hurt having like the one guy that I'm closest to on the block.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you're playing for your own game, and I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, that's really nice of you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And she's like, but like I did want to keep you here a while, and I did want us to work together, which kind of was a load of shit. 'Cause she already had a chance for us to work together, and she didn't want
Nope.
to. And I know that she doesn't want me here, and that she finds me annoying. So really, and then she said that whatever I do tomorrow, she'll respect the decision and know that it's a game.
Mm-hmm.
She said it would hurt really bad to be up next to Kenny, but ultimately,
Up next to Kenny.
or sorry, it would hurt really bad to be up after Kenny.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But that by the end of the day, it's my choice, and she's not going to hold it against me afterwards.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
she said a whole bunch of nice, like, mom
Yeah.
respectful things, and it made me really happy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even upset me to put her up
Yeah.
because I know that she's going to know that it's game.
Yeah. She is, but it's still not going to stop her from having a little spastic attack.
Not at all. Not
Which,
at all.
you know what, might actually be a good thing for our game. Like,
It'll be a great thing
Yeah.
for a game. And the whole house will be fucked next week. It'll be fun.
because all it's going to be next week is hopefully we have Allison. You know, Kenny's kind of whatever, fish out of water or whatever the fuck the saying is.
Yeah.
And then the two gremlins. So as long as those three don't win,
Yeah.
that's great because we've already cut out Allison from that. Unless Allison's like a very good liar. I don't know.
think she's that good.
Yeah. Like she might be like really grateful now, and then next week if she wins HOA, she might be like, okay, so my best move might be to do this and this.
I think she'll stick with the way of the house because
Yeah.
there's so many numbers.
That's true.
And she's a big number player.
That's true.
and that she wouldn't want to go against the numbers because that would
Yeah.
only hurt her.
Yeah.
And she knows that.
So the only ones we really even have to worry about next week are just Kenny and the 2 gremlins, and then we're good.
Yeah. Which is a really good feeling.
Yeah.
And then
So
also,
putting Allison up, like, it did kind of work to our advantage.
It did.
Yeah.
It did a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked at first, but
Yeah.
it worked out well.
Yeah. And I still don't believe that backdooring Kenny would have worked either. Because,
I
like,
don't either.
because only 3 people didn't play. So who the
Yeah.
fuck knows? And then he could have, like Mumsy could have been up and he could have played taken her off or something, you know? Like,
You could have kept it the same.
Yeah.
Like, anything could have happened.
or a lot of people would have kept it the same, and then we're sending home Rochelle or Sabrina. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
So,
And I didn't want to waste this with HOH.
no, sending Sarah home, such a big move.
Good.
Yeah, it's such a big move. She's like the head of the girls. She has a huge alliance with Kenny. Also, she had like pretty big ties with Arlie, so it's good that we're cutting that too for our further game.
Yes.
It's good. Yeah.
And she's a good player.
Yeah, she's a really good player.
She came in second to almost
Yeah.
every competition.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been like, she's a physical threat, but she hasn't shown it yet. So
Yeah.
I think we're making a really good decision.
I agree.
Okay.
And the other thing that was said was when she was on the couch, she was like, I know that right now it's probably between me and Saps.
Oh.
And I was like, yes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie straight to your face. It is.
Yeah.
Because you're both very strong players in this game. But since Sabrina did wreck my game once already,
Yeah.
she's a little higher on this pedestal
That's
right
good.
now. Because I didn't want to have her break
Yeah.
down crying thinking she's
Yeah.
going to go home and then just
And then you have to deal with it. Yeah.
again. So, and like, she's not someone that I want to hurt. Like,
Yeah.
she's been a nice person to my face, and
Yeah.
I at least like that.
She's been nicer than a lot of the others have been. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that happened.
Yeah.
Also, I got Rochelle up here, and she's like, I promise, like, I swear on everything that I will not put you up next week if I win HOH, and that if you don't put me up, I will be indebted to you, and I'll vote in the way that you want me to vote.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, thank you. And I was like, because it might be somebody that's your friend going up.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know, and it's going to, no matter what, it's going to be a game move, and I know that from you because that's the way that you're playing, it seems, and that's the way that I would play it.
Yeah.
So I will respect your decision, and I'll vote whatever way you want me to.
That's good. I hope she keeps to that word.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
if she doesn't, you can just fucking call her out in front of everybody on it. So, but
Oh yeah, and it's Rochelle, so it's not like
Yeah.
we're actually close, but it was just nice for her to say it.
Yeah.
And she threw out John and Adel's name,
saying what, you should put them up, or she's gonna put them up.
that I should put them up. She's like, the strongest players in this house that should go up are John and Adel.
Yeah.
And I was like, I promised those 2 people that I wouldn't. And she's like, okay, who's next then? I was like, well, there's you, Sarah, Sabrina, and Allison that could go home.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, honestly, Allison.
You
Oh,
tell
I should have
Allison this?
told Allison that. No, I'll tell her tomorrow.
Yeah, tell
when
her tomorrow.
she's
That's a good
less-
one. We need like a notepad to like
We
keep track of
do.
everything.
There's
Because
so
I have so many
much.
conversations, and I'm like, okay, remember to tell this to her, or to tell this to that person, tell this to that person, and I just forget.
Yeah, and you think it would get easier with
Yeah.
less people in the house, but it
Yeah,
doesn't.
no, it's because our brains are mush. Like they've actually, my
Yeah.
memory's so bad. I'll have a conversation with someone and I'll leave and I'll be like, wait, what did I just talk about? Like, God.
Oh, and Sabrina came up too.
Oh, of course you did.
And, of course.
Of course.
She's like, am I going out? And I'm like, I'm not telling anyone.
Yeah.
I was like, I will tell you right before it happens if it's going to be you, and other than that, then I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, but it could be me. Yes, it could be you.
All day, this has been her. Am I getting backdoored? Am I getting backdoored? I'm like, why would someone waste the back door on you? Like, what? Why would you be getting backdoored? Just put you up and vote you out. Like, oh, God.
true, though.
So conceited. Like,
Yes.
no one's gonna waste the back door on
And
you.
annoying.
Like, that's like too much effort for you.
And I said I wanted to make a big move. How is that a
Yeah,
big move?
no. Because she thinks she's probably a big move.
Well, the
She
only,
thinks she's like this mastermind who's like got this whole thing going.
the only reason I started to consider her was because Canada wanted her out.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make Canada happy
Yeah.
along with like different parts of the house. But now I'm just like, I'd be an idiot if I didn't put Sarah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, we've got a couple of weeks to get them out.
Yeah.
I think you're definitely an injury no matter what. My biggest worry is the gremlins